Welcome to That Metal Podcast, episode 5. I'm Wolfman Dave. And as always by my side, I got Bentley Skins.
I'm trying to think, but nothing happens.
Oh, what's happening, brother Wolfie?
Nothing, man. How's it going, bro?
Shit, another day in paradise, brother.
That's another day, another dollar.
Another day, another dollar. Every day I wish it was the next until Friday, and then I wish the time would stop.
I know. Gotta pay the bills.
Fuck those bills, though.
So, I have an interesting story to kind of go over really quick with you.
Lay it on us.
So, again, as I seem to forget my aux cable a lot, and I end up reduced to listening to the radio. And local rock station here is fucking terrible. And
oh, yeah, I used to live there.
And so the issue is like they get all these shit bands that are very, very popular, and I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to listen to like the hip hop, the new stuff that's out right now, so I'm just gonna leave it there. And you know, it was playing stuff like Pop Evil and all this shit, and it was playing a bunch of they played a bunch of other crap, and I'm like, why is this even popular? You know, like, why do these guys, the radio DJs, are like, yeah, man, listen to this. This is the best shit that's out there. You know, like, they're like really pushing it. You know,
yeah, they shove it down your throat.
Yeah, they really push it out there, like car salesmen, and they really push it. Not like Static X. Ha, but anyways, but like they like really like to shove it down your throat, like you said. So I always have bad experiences with this radio station. Anyways, so I think I came to the conclusion that there's a fuckload of shitty bands out there that are incredibly overrated. But on the same token, I feel like there's a lot of good bands out there that are definitely overrated for one way or another. You know?
Yeah.
So last week we had our underrated bands, right? So I want to keep with that. I want to keep with that train of thought. Figured this week we'll do overrated bands, right?
That's a good follow-up.
Okay. So I think you should go first.
I will go first. Okay, cool. Shit, I have a list here. And what do I want to go first?
Doesn't matter.
No, I want to see who I want to name first. Okay, I got it. Fuck it. So, yeah, I know a lot of people are going to hate me, especially a really good friend of mine for this one, but, you know, I love him. He knows that, and he needs to stop crying about it because it is what it is. I love you a lot, brother, but Nirvana has to go on this fucking list. Overrated. They're just way, way, way too overrated for my taste. And I know they're not really classified as metal. Of course they're not. And this is a metal podcast. But seeing how that kind of led, in the path of metal, they're overrated. That's why they're on here. Just overplayed like a motherfucker. Yeah. And I think they got too much credit for what they did. I'm not bashing any individual members in the band because Dave Grohl came out of that, and look at where he's at, Foo Fighters. I'm a big fan of Foo Fighters. I love Foo Fighters.
He's fighting the Foos.
He's fighting the Foos. Definitely. He's fighting the Foo-Foos.
The Cholos.
So, I'm not bashing anybody in particular in the band. I just think their music wasn't the greatest, and it shouldn't be hyped up the way it should be. And then on top of it, like you said, with the radio stations, especially the one that we grew up with in our hometown, just really overplayed it. And it was like every fucking hour you would hear a Nirvana song, and it was just like, come on, I don't want to listen to Teen Spirit anymore. Right.
Yeah, they have other songs, and unfortunately they're not as great. They're not great.
Exactly.
I think my issue with them is that they have a bunch of teeny bopper kids listening to Nirvana, and some people will just buy the, what is it, that shirt with the smiley face and all that shit on it.
And then they don't even know the band or anything about it.
Just, I mean, that's a whole other thing we could get into, but that's not.
Yeah,
whatever.
it is.
But I don't know. I just, like, you're right. I think they're overrated. But the one thing that, to me, that I want to add to this is that I feel like a band like Nirvana in the early 90s, I think, single-handedly fucked up and ruined metal for a lot of people, because that was the flavor of the month. That's what was in at that time. So you had Soundgarden, you had all these bands just come like fucking explode and kill it. Not to say that there still wasn't any good metal out at that time, but this whole grunge, fashion thing just kind of took over for a while and messed up for other bands, So that's something I did not like either, Financially,
and see, another thing is that there was a lot of other good bands out there that deserved to be in the spotlight than Nirvana.
I totally agree with that. Yeah. So, one thing that I want to go before I put my pick. One thing that I wanted to point out was that we're going to be talking about certain bands, and I think it's got to make it clear to the audience that we're not bashing you, we're not bashing the listener, we're not bashing. Actually, we're not really too much being mean about it, but this is our picks about who we think are overrated. You have your own thoughts on this. You have your own bands who you think are overrated. We'd like to hear from you.
And who's to know, your bands might even be one of our favorite bands,
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, and it's not going to hurt my feelings. It's okay. I mean, I get that shit all the time, So it doesn't bother me, and that's cool, man. I mean, but people get too emotionally invested in a band, then if you don't like them, all of a sudden you're the fucking asshole. And it's like, no, dude, you're the asshole for getting mad at me. You know what?
Yeah.
If I don't like them, I don't fucking have to like them. That's just, at the end of the day, that's that.
Yeah.
These bands, I don't necessarily hate any of them, except for one, but I will listen to them, even though I think some of them are overrated, and that's not a big deal. It's just how I feel about them, Anyways, I wanted to give full fair warning, and it's not like just so people keep that in mind. So with that being said, my first pick. I know you were asking me about this earlier. What the fuck? My first pick is Motörhead.
Oh yeah, that to me I don't know, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so here's my reason why. I love Lemmy. I love, Filthy, the drummer. I love Fast Eddie Clark. I like everybody. I like the musicians themselves, people that he's had over the years, and. The issue is that I think they're kind of like the AC/DC of metal. They can get away with writing the same fucking album over and over and over and over and over again. So if you listen to like albums from after Ace of Spades all the way till now, it just sounds like the same album, But what I love about Lemmy is that he himself has changed the scene of rock and roll. He's changed metal. He's changed a lot of things. So the music, overrated, but Lemmy and the guys, I don't think they're overrated.
I got you. I still don't like it, but I got you.
I don't, and I still listen to Motörhead. And I still listen to Motörhead, and I'll always listen to Motörhead regardless. Right. I just think they're overrated.
No, yeah, and like it goes like we were talking about earlier. I'm not going to get butthurt. I love that band, and it is what it is. That's just because you don't like it doesn't or think they're overrated doesn't mean that I do. And who cares? Let's move forward.
Right, and also wanted to add, they're one of those few bands that can get punks and metalheads together, and not many people could do that. So I think that's cool.
Yeah.
So
that's fucking awesome.
All right, let's roll with yours.
All right. This one is this is a band that I really don't like, and I think they're really, really overrated. System of a Down. They are not down with any kind of system at all.
No, absolutely.
It's just the music is not there. It's for me. It just does not do anything. And there's a lot of people out there. I remember being in El Paso, hanging out with a whole bunch of people, and they were raving about it. I mean, just like crazy. And from the day that I fucking heard them till now, I do not like them. I can't do it. It just does nothing for me. It just, all it does is make me want to change the song and never listen to it again.
Yeah.
And I gave him a chance. I did. I gave him a chance, and it's not just that I don't like it. It's just I think their music isn't good, and everybody just gives them too much credit. It's too much credit for not very very good metal.
Mm-hmm. I don't even think they're considered metal. I think they just make a bunch of noise. To me, I when I listen to them, I feel like, first of all, the singer's so fucking annoying. I hate his ass.
Yes.
He's so annoying. His face pisses me off. And I know we're not talking about hating or whatever, but for real, I don't like his face. I don't like his vocals. I don't like him. He just seems like a smug asshole, you know. But the music to me sounds like literally a bunch of chimpanzees started picking up instruments and started to play. And it's like some producer somewhere got an idea and said, why don't we get somebody to try to sound like this? And then System of a Down came out.
Yeah.
And to me they're a joke. Like I can't take them seriously. So good pick. So guess what? I think there's a band on here that a lot of people are going to get bummed out about.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So, do you want to guess what it is?
How about we go on the count of three, and if we're on the same page, we are. If not, then cool.
Okay.
But I think I know what you're saying.
Okay. 1,
2,
3, Ghost!
Yep. Yeah. Definitely,
So,
dude. And the crazy thing is that I kind of liked their first couple albums. It was good, but I think they just really downfell after that.
Oh. You know, I really tried. People were like all about it, all about them. And they were like a variation of like Slipknot with the masked identities, the minions, whatever the fuck they're called, and this like Papa Smurf shit going on that they have, like, to me is fucking stupid. For one,
I mean, it was like the Kiss thing too. I mean, it's the gimmick. I get it.
It's a gimmick, but you know what? As much as people like to give shit to Kiss, it's cool rock and roll songs. And when it's like rock and roll songs, these guys were like whatever. They're fucking, like I was saying, they're very generic sounding. They sound like any other band on the radio stations. They're very bland. Not only that, you mix it all in with super annoying vocals from the Papa Smurf. Like,
yeah, his vocals aren't that great.
I just can't dig it. I just can't dig it, man. Every time I hear it, I'm like, oh my god. And then I'm like, people are like, but they sound like Blue Oyster Cult. I'm like, no, they fucking don't.
No,
they get nothing from Blue Oyster Cult. They just sound like they suck to me. That's it. And I couldn't buy, I wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid on this one.
No.
I think they're severely overrated. I'm sorry.
They are. I think, like I said, I liked the first couple albums, and I actually went to one of their concerts that they had here, and it was cool. I get the gimmick. I can live with the gimmick. Slipknot and Kiss, and there's been others, I'm sure, but Gwar. I get that. It's whatever. It's different. It's cool. I get it. And the fact that they did like completely satanic, and they had the the Pope and all of that. I get it, but it got to a point to where it started being annoying. And I think what changed my mind, other than the music starting to downfall and get crappy, was how fuck, I forgot his name. The singer.
I don't know.
Fuck.
Demetrius, Papa Demetrius, or I don't know.
Fuck.
I think he's a cardinal now. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, anyways, he decided to stop paying his musicians, and it came out to where they a couple of his ex-musicians took him. They quit the band because they weren't paying. They weren't getting paid. Yeah. They took him to court, and it came out. So it was like that right there to me. I'm a musician. I know how it is struggling to drive to shows, and of course I'm just a local musician, so driving out of my gas and all this, but this is fucking touring big, getting almost to stadium, and
right.
They're getting gypped out out of all this money, and he's fucking profiting off of everything. That's just fucked up. That's where it's straight up fucking dirty, and I didn't like it. That's kind of where it started changing for me. And then their latest album that just came out, the title song, or the number one song that came out, I think it was a single that I've only seen. I haven't heard the rest of the album because I refused to listen to it, but I heard that one. It's Rats, and I saw the video, and I'm all like, what the fuck is going on? How you're fucking dancing around like a fucking ballerina? Like, how did you go from fucking being so dark and devil worshipping to where you're fucking over here dancing like a fucking ballerina, and then you're fucking gazing into a horse's eyes? Come on, get the fuck out of here. Go on, get out. I'm done. It was bad.
You know what cemented it for me, man, was when we saw that cover, a Metallica cover, when they did it live. Oh my god, that was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Was it Enter Sandman, I think?
Yes, dude. Oh my gosh, they fucking murdered that fucking song. And that song is even that great as it is, and then they fucking just ruined his vocals. And the thing is that the band wasn't even his band. It was it
was a couple of other bands.
Yeah, another band, but he was singing, and it was like, what the fuck are you doing? He ruined it. I mean, the band probably could have gotten away and did a good job without him singing, but because he threw his vocals and the way his whininess was bad.
Yeah. That was pretty embarrassing, I think. But that cemented it for me. That was where I was like, yeah, these guys suck.
Yeah, I think at this point they're just trying to go for the money, and it's the musical talent is completely gone. Yeah,
and so they're a mystery to me as to why they're so fucking huge, successfully. Like why they're so successful, and I just don't see it, So definitely warrants, to me, they are overrated,
Overrated. Give them the stamp of overrated.
Yep.
Right there.
They get no metal horns.
No metal horns. But a metal finger.
What? I guess go with your next one.
Okay. Five Finger Death Punch. There's a couple of songs that are cool. I like it, but at the same time, no. Well, I think what I really liked about, and the only thing I really liked about Five Finger Death Punch, was that they still kept the solos, like really fucking, guitar solos. You don't see that a lot anymore. But other than that, the music is just kind of like mainstream. It's kind of like, look at me, I want to be a rock star. It's not about the music, it's about the fame, from what I get to it.
I totally agree with that. I think their name just is so stupid.
Yeah, it's not a great name either. I mean, I heard some stupid band names, but that one, Five Finger Death Punch, is that isn't that from Quentin Tarantino's film?
No, I mean, I'm sure they got it from.
I'm sure they didn't get it from there, but you know what I mean.
Some
Where
sort of
she,
like martial arts.
Yeah.
Some sort of martial arts movie. I think I make fun of them, right? Five Finger Bro Punch, because they are bro metal. They're the epitome of bro metal.
It's kind of like a college guy music.
It's okay. So bro metal to me is like guys who don't know shit about metal. They don't listen to fucking metal, but they'll go to the shows just to beat the fuck out of people in the mosh pit. They don't know anything about the bands. They just want to hurt somebody. It's these asshole alpha males that are out, and there's a lot of you guys out by the way, and they're everywhere, and they just want to like be assholes and just beat up on people, and they're like, yeah, bro, Five Finger Death Punch, bro, and Pantera, bro, and that's all they know. They don't know anything else. They know a couple Metallica songs, and they only know one Slayer song, Rain in Blood. They only know one song, and these are the assholes you want to avoid at shows because there's tons of them everywhere. I see them
obnoxious.
all the time. Absolutely obnoxious. These so yeah, that's one thing I wanted to add is Five Finger Death Punch, and plus their fucking lyrics, dude. They're like little kid lyrics. Like I want to punch you in the face type of shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Like I don't know. I don't think they don't have any substance, you know what I mean?
Yeah, his vocals are kind of whiny too. Like kind of like not whiny, but just it's hard to explain. They're not good.
They do the whole Shinedown shit. The same thing as fucking Shinedown. The whole it almost sounds like they want to do like this country shit going on, but it ends up not being country. I don't know. They annoy me.
Yeah, I can see
that. So my next band, and gotta stick it to Sam Dunn and Banger TV. Nah, just kidding. Just Sam Dunn, because I don't like that guy. Mastodon.
Mastodon.
Yeah. I'm not big on Mastodon at all. Probably the epitome of being overrated. And I'm not talking about them specifically like playing because they're good musicians. I just think that their style of music sucks, and it's not what people are like they're like, you don't know progressive metal until you listen to Mastodon. I'm like,
no, there's a lot of more progressive metal better than Mastodon. I'm not saying I like Mastodon. There's some of their music's great or good, but yeah, that's not true.
Yeah, Mastodon to me are also very generic when it comes to the way they do a lot of their songs. Like I can't see, it doesn't go anywhere. If they're not really going anywhere with what they're doing, so I don't see what the whole fuss is about. We did mention that I did like also, and I think you liked it as well. They have multiple vocalists at any time.
Yeah,
no,
that is awesome.
Cool. Yeah,
they all pretty much sing.
Cool. It's strange, you don't see that very often,
And it's a 3-piece, so that's pretty cool.
I think it's 4, no? Or is it?
I thought it was 3.
I don't know. I don't even like them, so I wouldn't even.
IDK. IDK.
Yeah, me neither. But yeah, for sure. I think even if you paid me, I wouldn't want to listen to them. So
no, I'll take you to the show.
Yeah, no, dude, I don't want to fall asleep.
Too bad you're going. Just kidding. Just kidding, moo moo.
All right, Buttercup, your turn.
Oh man, you're gonna like this one.
I've been liking it so far.
We talked about it earlier, and we're like, no, I didn't put it on here. We should have. And actually, I went back to my notes, and yeah, it's there actually.
Oh, okay.
So,
who did?
Korn with a K.
Yeah, it's great. Excellent choice.
Not a. I mean, I don't know what to say. I think I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, I know there's gonna be people who are like, oh my god,
they're gonna get mad at us for this.
You're like shitting on my childhood. Oh my God,
stop talking about my band.
Why are you doing this? It's like all these guys, people, women, guys, whatever, listening to these bands. Their heads are gonna explode by the end of the episode. But again, we're not talking shit about you guys. We're not even making fun of you guys. We're just, well, I was right now, but
yeah, we were poking fun. We weren't making fun. We were laughing with you.
There you go.
Not at you.
There you go. Perfect. Thank you. But yeah, I think Elote to me is one of those bands that just like boring. You know.
I never heard that, and that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. And they want to go. They want to go like, what is it, like heavy with their new album or some shit? They're making all these claims that it's going to be really heavy and all this shit and dark and whatever.
No.
And it is probably just going to be more like Gremlin, Cookie Monster type little fucking singing and the strings that flop off the fucking bass guitar and shit. Like, so
yeah, and we had this conversation before, and you were saying how you don't like the down tuning and it's too floppy, and I kind of went on the opposite direction and said, it's not that bad. You can down tune and do this and that, whatever. But in this case, yeah, I mean, it's too fucking floppy. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not. It's not good, I mean, the bass, all you hear is the fucking slapping, and you don't hear the melody. I mean, you do, slightly, but I think this is the reason why is because they had to double the bass because it was too floppy. So then they ended up coming back and doing a bass line without all the flop and just adding the notes to make it, combined it both together. And to me, that's. It's too floppy. It's too messy. It's not tight.
I think with their drummer, especially, super overrated. Very basic drummer. I think he's so basic that I think Lars from Metallica could beat his ass in drumming. And I think, but what's funny about that is that what I think is, like, I think they add that extra slappiness to make more of a percussion sound, I think, to come out, to kind of make the drums. Yeah, to accent the drums, you know what I mean? That's personally what I think with them. But yeah, I mean, we've already said what is to be said about Korn. I mean, they're just one of those bands that keep coming for some reason. And, it's kind of like the same thing where, like, if you ever go to a bar and go do karaoke,
mm-hmm.
and you see somebody who is terrible at karaoke, but the people, like, they suck, but the people don't have the heart to tell them how much they suck, so they just keep clapping. They keep clapping.
They
for
lie to them
and cheer them. They keep cheering for this person who sucks. Korn is the same way, and the person who sucks at karaoke, he's like, oh, they like me, I'm gonna go back and do another song, and secretly everybody's just laughing at you. And I think Korn's the same way. Like, they're doing the same thing. People keep clapping, and I mean, I guess buying their shit, because I guess that's how they have their money. And they keep coming back with new albums, which, just retire. I think they should just get out of the business now.
Yeah. So if they go and do their own things, Jonathan David's his solo wasn't that great either. His solo album that just came out.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It sounded like Korn. Without the flop.
Oh, wow. But the album was a flop. That sucks. Well, I mean, he can go back to work in the morgue or whatever the fuck he used to do, in a funeral home, whatever.
Go back to biting people.
He'll always have a job doing that. All right, so my next pick. And a lot of people are going to get mad at me again, but pues ni modo, what can I tell you? Oh well. Slayer. Again, doesn't mean that I don't like the band, because I do like Slayer. I just think they're overrated, right?
Yeah.
When Slayer wasn't Slayer until they did the album Rain and Blood. Because if you listen to Show No Mercy, like, that's not even... What the fuck? That's an amazing album. That album, to me, is the best album they've ever fucking done in their entire career. because it's just like, if it's melodic, dude, it doesn't even sound like any thrash. Like, it just sounds amazing, dude.
Yeah.
And the guitar melodies, everything. Tom Araya's vocals are fucking spot on. Cryonics is one of my favorites. Black Magic. Just a bunch of great songs. But when they did Rain and Blood, that's when Slayer became Slayer. You know, and everybody was like, yeah, Slayer. Because after that, they just went the Motörhead AC/DC route. You know, Seasons in the Abyss. They started doing all the next albums were just filler, I think. Divine Intervention sucked. Diabolus and Musica sucked. They just kind of, it's like they never tried anymore once they became Slayer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like Metallica hitting their peak with the Black Album. They didn't have to try anymore. They're writing
their
their
name
own
took it all.
Yeah, they're writing their own coattails. So I feel but again, that's not to say that because I do like Slayer. I'm not saying anything about them personally. I like them. I'll listen to them. Shit, we saw them, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not saying that I'm just saying that they sound the same. They needed to change it up a bit. And I don't know if it's because Kerry King talks in binary 01100001. I mean, I don't know if that's the whole idea. If why they haven't advanced. If, you know, Jeff Hanneman, because he passed away, you know, I don't know if they were able to go another direction. When Dave Lombardo left, I don't know what the issue was, you know. Yeah. But I think they're a great band. I just think they're overrated. They could be better.
I can see what you're saying. I concur on that one. Right. My next one has never been. Is kind of like the System of a Down thing. I just didn't get it. Avenged Sevenfold. I didn't. His vocals did not. I mean, I'm a vocalist. And I'm not saying I'm the greatest vocalist ever. I'm not at all. Yeah. Especially since I haven't been singing in a while. It's fucking bad lately. But his vocals just did not do it for me at all. It was bad. I just don't like. And they look like a bunch of guys that are just like really just. I'm fucking cool, you know. And no, I don't get it. I don't like them.
Well, okay.
And I think they get too much credit.
So A7X. So these guys, my thing is, the vocalist needs to shut the fuck up and stop singing clean. The most annoying bitch vocals that I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, and I know I heard, if I'm correct, and please correct me if I'm wrong, and if you don't know, someone else correct me if I'm wrong, whatever. Sure. But I think he had some kind of acid reflux and it fucked up his throat, and he had surgery and he couldn't sing. That's kind of why he is singing the way he is singing now. But it's not good. It doesn't fit at all.
I'm not sure. I mean, he needs to take some Pepsid AC or some shit, fix his vocals or whatever. It worked in Catatonia's favor with Jonas, where he had some sort of fucked up situation with his throat, and he sang beautiful. But you know, the dude from Avenged Sevenfold needs to stop singing clean. If he just growled and kind of does the whole vocals like Pantera type thing, if he just growled and just stuck
it could
to that,
work.
The band would sound incredible. But he wants to continue to do those clean vocals. Dude, you can't. You're not Bjorn from fucking Soilwork. It's not going to happen, bro.
No.
Like, just stop doing it. Just stop doing it. And if you did, you know, just go with the growling. Keep with the aggressive vocals. Trust me, like, they'd be fucking amazing. They'd be amazing, dude. I think they'd be great. I would listen to them all the time if that was the case. But I can't because their fucking clean vocals suck.
Yeah.
They just annoy the hell out of me.
All right.
I think with our last pick, I'm not sure if you have the same one, do you? Or are you done with your picks?
I have one more.
Is it things we do to fix things? We use to fix things?
Mm-mm.
That's not it?
Mm-mm.
Who that?
You want to know what mine is?
Well, I think I'm next.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Tool.
Yeah, that
That's what I said. They're a thing that we.
I
use to
get
fix
what you're
things.
saying. Yeah, no, I'm not entirely disagreeing with you, because I know I can see that they're overrated and all, but I do like the band. I do like their music, and it's I can get into it. Can I listen to it all the time? Fuck no, I can't. I can't fucking jam out to it the whole album straight. No, I can't. But a couple songs here and there, yeah, okay, I fucking dig it. I like the music, it's cool. But yeah, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I just don't like them at all. I think for years I've been trying to get into them, and I make it a thing where once a year I'll try to listen to it. I'll try and listen to it, and I'll put on a few of their albums, and I'll try I really just try it. And it is just so fucking boring. Talk about not going anywhere. Talk about being annoying. They don't go anywhere. The best thing about this band is obviously their drummer. Danny Carey, big puto. He's tall, man. He's like 6'4", 6'5". Big dude. He's badass. He's a badass drummer. But it sucks that he's such a badass drummer, but with this band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Maynard's vocals also, to me, are okay in A Perfect Circle. And A Perfect Circle is, they're outstanding. I think they're wonderful. Which I understand why a lot of people like Catatonia too. If they like Tool, there's some sort of similarities between the two. But with that being said, I don't know. I've tried listening to Tool, and I really try to get into them. And the funny part is everybody's like, "Oh, well, try this song, try this album, try whatever," and it just doesn't work, man.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. It hasn't clicked. You know what I mean? Like there's certain bands that you're like, "Oh shit!" Like it just right away. One day, it grows on you, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm waiting for that day, which
It
is
still
fine
hasn't grown
because,
on you.
well, it's fine because it doesn't matter because they take like 10 or 15 fucking years to write an album, anyways. So
right?
I still have time to catch up,
Yeah.
So it don't matter.
That's a good pick. I can, like I said, I don't agree with, I don't disagree with you because you have great points, but at the same time, I do like the band, and we'll see where it goes.
Like I was saying earlier, with the bands that I've picked today, I don't necessarily think that they suck because they all have good musicians and whatnot. There's just certain things that I just can't listen to or don't understand why they're so popular. And so there's times where I will go back and listen to them, and I'm like, I just don't get it. I don't get it why they're so popular. So theed that.
That's good.
Did you have another pick? Or you're
I had one last one, kind of like overachieved. I pulled the David.
Okay, go for it.
My last one, and I still don't get it. I've tried it out. I put it on for size and all the 9 yards, all that bullshit. Motherfucker. BabyMetal, bro. I don't. I don't get it at all.
Oh my god. You don't like chocolate? You don't want chocolate? Oh god.
It doesn't. Right. It doesn't. It's. For one, they're fucking kids. All right.
Yeah. Oh shit.
But it's just I'm not even gonna go there. It doesn't. That's all I'm gonna say. I just don't understand it. It's too kiddie. It's not. I understand kids are fucking badass and they I want kids, and kids are gonna fucking. They're great musicians out there, but this isn't one of those cases.
Okay.
The band would be better off alone.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you in terms of they're overrated. I think the backing band that they have are pretty damn good though.
Yeah, they are.
The one thing I agree with you 100%. Overrated. Fuck yeah, no problem with that. The one thing that I'll add to it is that, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I don't know which way you want to look at it, we need these bands. You know, we need bands like Five Finger Bro Punch. We need bands like Korn. We need bands like BabyMetal. We need bands like Ghost. We need all these bands because we still got to get other people, future metalheads or potential metalheads, into it. I think BabyMetal has the perfect vessel to where that is still kind of a joke. You can still show them when they're like, you can show your kids when they're kids. You can show them BabyMetal, and they're not going to be like freaking the fuck out or thinking, what the fuck is this? They're just going to be like, oh, this is cool. It's kiddie. It sounds funny. It sounds like a little kid show, and that's cool. You know, and it could potentially at one point turn them and be like, you know what else is out there? I want to hear more metal. And it's a great gateway band, I think. But 100% agree that they're very overrated. Obviously, we're not going to be listening to them, but I think they're a necessary evil, I think. And,
all right.
You know, but leave that to the beginners, I guess, if that's what you want to call them. The noobs.
The noobs.
Yeah. And it's all good, man. I mean, I agree with you, though.
Cool.
And again, I want to reiterate with all these bands and everything that we've been saying. I know we sounded kind of like assholes, or we sounded kind of mean or whatever. But, you know
and
what?
we are, to a certain extent.
Yeah, we're not.
But we're not being assholes to be mean. We're not. It's our opinions. Everybody has one. Just like an asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not doing it to just bash on anyone individually or just on the band itself.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, like you said before, all these bands have great musicians in them. I'm not knocking that. I mean,
right.
They all can have a lot of potential, and the reason why is because they are where they're at, because they have great potential as musicians.
Yeah.
You know, but they just aren't for us. It isn't for me. And just because I don't like those bands doesn't mean that I'm a bad person.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the thing, too. I mean, though, really, people get emotionally invested with these bands. They really do. And it's like, if you disagree with them, all of a sudden it's like, or if you don't like it, they get butthurt and be like, you know what? That means you don't like me. And it's like, no, dude, separate the two. You know, divide the two. We're not even talking about you. We're talking about the music. You know, so that's one thing that I think we have to make sure people understand. You know, we're not necessarily bashing the people who like those bands. More power to you. If you're able to listen to those bands, dude, more power to you. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I think the bands listed, I think, are, I don't understand some of them why they're so huge and how they got there.
Exactly, because there's tons of bands that overshoot them in tons of ways, and they're still not in that position.
Right.
To where these guys are at, and how they got there, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, some of them took time and effort. Like, I know Slayer, they've been just grinding away for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
But really, they hit the jackpot. Like, they literally hit the fucking jackpot when they fucking released Rain and Blood. Like, that was it. They could have released any fucking album after that.
Yeah, that was their lottery fucking ticket right there.
Yeah, and it didn't matter, right? It didn't matter. Fucking Metallica did the Black Album, and boom, they hit the
Metallica definitely should have been on this list. I think we just didn't put it on there because we didn't have the time.
Yeah,
but they are one of the ones that are on this list.
Yeah, I think they should. I mean, I have a lot of different feelings about them. I mean, I like Metallica. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna go see them in February out in Lubbock. You know.
Yeah, and I want to go see them too. You know, I mean, I am a fan of Metallica.
Yeah.
Of their older stuff, and you know, I was talking to a buddy of mine, you know, a few months back, and I was like, you know, Metallica's coming. I don't want to go see them. They fucking suck, and you know, they're not what they used to be. And he told me straight out, he's like, no, they're actually pretty good. They sound just as good as they did back then.
Yeah.
And he said it himself. Their writing isn't where it was back in the day, but they still can fucking jam out live. You know, they can still perform great. So that's why I want to see them, because I'm not going to go there to listen to Saint Anger or, you know, any of those other songs. I'm going to go there to see them perform live and hopefully see them play nothing but the older shit.
You know, they have a very fair playlist, set list. They do go all over the place. But the one thing I did notice, I bought the Quebec Magnetic Live Blu-ray or DVD, and I think it was like 8 years ago or some shit. And it sounds incredible. They sound great live. Even the Saint Anger songs, because he's not playing like a fucking tin can. You know what I mean? It sounds badass. It sounds like a good, really solid recording because it's live. It sounds really good. So it's
they
not
didn't
like,
let him do it.
Right. So it's not like Lars is like, I'm gonna sound like shit on purpose, guys. Like, no, he totally made it sound really good. It sounds really tight. They sound really good, man. Live, those performances were really good. So, for sure, dude. I look forward to hopefully I'll see you there, man.
Hell yeah.
So we're gonna move on to our next segment. We'll be quick on this one. Do you have any recommendations?
Honestly, not today for this one. I don't have any recommendations other than listen to as much music as you possibly can. That's my recommendation.
Other than not listening to the bands we mentioned today.
There you go. Don't listen to Ghost. Don't listen to the Scooby-Doo metal.
No. Go Ghost. No, like, so mine really quick. 220 Volt. VOLTE. Self-titled album. I believe it's like 82, 83. Super badass. Traditional metal. Reminds me of the new wave of British heavy metal. Totally fucking recommend that to anybody who's into like Iron Maiden and you know, super just I don't know, it just sounds like it wants to go power metal, but it's not going to, you know. But super underrated. 220 Volt. Totally recommend them. The other one is super prog, called Haken or Haken. I don't know how you want to pronounce it. Haken. And the name of the album is called Affinity. Affinity. And basically those guys are super out there. If you like you know, any other prog stuff mixed with, like, I don't know, I'm gonna say like short versions of like Dream Theater, you know.
Okay.
Kind of go all over the place, but just a shorter song lengths. Vocally, it's different too. I mean, it's clean vocals, but I recommend Haken, 220 Volt today. So yeah, that was episode 5.
Hold on. Before you go any further, I just was, as you were talking, the wheels are turning, and I do have a recommendation.
Oh, man.
Baroness.
Oh, Baroness.
Is that how you say it? Baroness?
Yeah, they're fucking great. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Really good. The album that I've gotten into came out in 2015. Purple.
Yep.
Is that how you say? Yeah.
The Purple album.
Good album. I like the album cover. Fucking badass. They're just really good. It fucking caught me by it started playing. Wasn't paying much attention. It caught my ear, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Sounds really good.
I think with Baroness, the one that caught my attention was the Yellow and Green albums, and those were fucking great. It's kind of creepy, but yeah, these guys have been on the scene for a while. Baroness, totally
they
recommend
have
them. I do. I have to agree with your pick. Good one. So, if you guys have any comments, concerns,
And you should have comments and concerns with this last episode. Please let us know. I want feedback. Give us feedback, people.
We want feedback. So, any suggestions on new episodes, coming episodes, comments, concerns, like we said, feel free to write to us on Facebook. Facebook or email. Everything's already connected all there.
Everything's connected. Facebook, email.
So
you got it.
Yeah. So any plugs? Any shout outs?
No shout outs. Shout outs to actually, yes, I got shout outs. The Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla. He's a fucking badass. Ernest Mignola, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla. Great fucking guitar player, great fucking friend. And when I say great fucking friend, I mean actually great fucking friend. He fucks really well as a friend.
Oh, snaps. TMI, bro.
Yeah, TMI. Sorry, guys.
Anyways, love you, Ernest.
Love you, Ernst.
So, as always, metal for passion, not for fashion. Later.